Hello everyone, welcome back. Another episode of Radrover Speedtrap. So let's find out what's going on today. Alright, I'm back. Everything's good. Thumbs up everybody. Subscribe. Oh yeah, you just saw the map flip. So it just flipped the map. So now the red dot is on the bottom and it'll be going up now that I'm making my round trip. Alright, I don't know what I had. I totally forgot. By the time I edit this video and do the voiceover, I'm not sure what I had. Maybe I had a cookie, granola bar, cracker, pretzel, who knows. Anyways, I wasn't there too long. I probably had a granola bar, I'm thinking I had a granola bar. I don't remember. Anyways, let's see, where was I? Oh, okay. So, this is a continuation from the last episode where I left the Insta360 ONE turned on the full ride, but it starts another video every half hour when you set the Insta360 ONE to 60 frames per second. And so I couldn't get the helmet mounted camera to stabilize. Even though I set it to FlowState and everything, it just didn't work. So this is a continuation of that. I think after I make my left turn here, it started a new video footage and I'll be able to have a helmet mounted camera view. Even then, that camera still didn't stabilize until like a little bit after, maybe 10 seconds after the beginning of the second video. So, but what I had to do was something interesting. The handlebar mount, the handlebar mounted camera, that was also, oh, here's my 28 miles an hour. So I hit 28 miles an hour. So the camera on the handlebar mount, the stabilization was messed up on that, and normally it would be level, which you seeing it now, it is. That's only because I had to zoom in and then rotate it 5 degrees to make it level. So for whatever reason, the stabilization didn't work. So that's why now I'm not letting the camera go beyond half an hour at 60 frames per second. The way I have it set up at 60 frames per second. On this road, for some reason, every now and then I'll get some tailwind. This is a very flat road, and I'm able to hit 28 miles an hour. I think this is the same road that I did my original speed test where I hit 32 miles an hour. That was a little bit during the winter, I think, or maybe early spring, late winter. And I think during that time there's a lot of gust. You get a lot of wind gust. It's right now it's the tail end of the summer, so a lot of heat. You don't get, and it's, what is it, the afternoon, it's almost 1 o'clock. You don't get a lot of wind gust at this time.
Lightning fast!
But I'm still able to hit 28 miles an hour, which is pretty awesome. And this is a very flat road, so there's no decline here, there's no downhill. I probably had a slight tailwind. I'm always pushing up against 28 miles an hour here. So this is a nice stretch of road. It's pretty somewhat straight. It's kind of curvy, it's kind of weird. But as soon as I make that turn, I get a little tailwind. And on this road here that I just turned on, I had an episode called Radrover Beat the Rain. That's the episode where I clocked in on the speedometer, on the GPS speedometer at 40 miles an hour. I was literally trying to beat the rain. I could see the rain clouds coming. I could see the rainfalls falling from the distance. So I was pedaling really fast, and I hit 40 miles per hour. Again, I probably had a lot of tailwind because if it was raining, it was probably windy and gusty. And right around here, there's a slight decline, a very slight decline, but I probably had a slight decline and a pretty good wind gust behind my back, tailwind, and I was able to push that bike 40 miles an hour on this road. But not today. And I'm also, you know, in an upright position. I'm not going to get very good aerodynamics in an upright position because I also have the helmet mounted camera, so it's hard to get a good footage when you're hunched over in a all aerodynamic when you have a helmet mount like the Insta360 ONE I have. But anyways, I'm halfway back home. Eventually there is a speed trap here. Well, if you call it a speed trap, it's just a traffic speedometer, I guess. The sheriff puts it out there on, you know, main roads just to remind the residents how fast they're going. Now, I already watched through this, and I can tell you right now that somewhere between where I started and where I hit the speed trap, there must have been a gap in time, because I am off by maybe a second or two on the telemetry data. So I did notice that. And again, you know, it's just because I had to take two separate videos, put them together. What I did is I clocked at the beginning and clocked at the end of my ride. And what happened is I clocked on the second part of the video, I can only have a clock at the end of the ride. So I matched it up with the time on the overlay, but I got like a bigger gap difference in time. So you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm at this infamous corner where I'm just waiting. The most dangerous part about an intersection like this, where you have a four-way crossing pretty much, is the people who are turning right. As you see right there, they're turning right. You gotta watch out for those people first if you're going across the street. So I'm made eye contact with that driver, and they saw me, I saw them. And then right here, people turning right at this corner. So those are the two most dangerous areas when you're crossing the street. Other than that, it's the people turning left coming towards you on the opposite side of the traffic. I'll probably hit another 28 miles or maybe 29 miles. Let's see what happens. Yes, I'm going downhill, so I always seem to hit pretty good speed right about here. I already hit 28.
speed.
So I think I'm off by a second or two here because I probably hit 29 miles right here because I'm already slowing down. And yeah, I'm probably off by 2 or 3 seconds already. So that's when I noticed the time variance. And I jumped this little curb here. It's not much of a jump, but I'm happy that I am jumping curbs now. It's a heavy bike. You know, it's like the bike itself is 65 pounds. And then you add the equipment, my weight, the accessories I have, and yeah, it's not a bike you can just do bunny hops on or pop wheelies on. So keep in mind the speed is off by a few seconds. So the video is lagging by a few seconds compared to the speed, but the telemetry data is accurate. Matter of fact, I overshot this little sidewalk here. You gotta be careful when you overshoot a sidewalk or a roadway or anything like that. Don't get up next to it and try to get back on. Try to attack it somewhat perpendicular so the wheel can, you know, doesn't slide underneath from you when you try to get back on. So what I usually do is, if I get off the sidewalk, I just go ahead, you know, get off the sidewalk. I don't try to immediately get back on, and I just give myself room to kind of attack the corner of the sidewalk with my wheel in a way that it's more perpendicular than parallel. Because yeah, you can have the wheel slip underneath you, and that would suck. I was considering like zooming in and then rotating the frame so it could match up not only the front view, because I know this is crooked to begin with, but also the head mounted view and the helmet mounted view, but I changed my mind on that. It was just easier just to leave it be. But at least the second part of the video on this, I was able to get a helmet view. So it's important to get, like, for me it's important to really have multiple cameras, and the Insta360 ONE is small enough where technically I can wear 3 cameras on this. I can have 3 cameras, one on the handlebar, a chest mount, and then the helmet. The helmet and the handlebar gives me 2 views, front and back. The helmet gives me a view 360. The chest mount is the only thing, I mean, the chest mount is probably the most popular view, but it's only one view for a 360 camera. I mean, other than that, you're looking at your chest. This music's got me going. I think I'm going to be hitting the speed trap here soon. As soon as I go into the left lane, that's when I know I'll hit the speed trap. I've been riding my bikes using the Power Beats Pro. Oh, here it is. Now I'm going 25 now, so keep in mind the time frame is a little bit off. So I think it's pretty accurate. The telemetry data is accurate. See, now I hit 24, but remember I'm off by a few seconds because that Speedtrap says 25 and I was going 25. There was no other traffic. I'm off by a few seconds. And then, I don't know if you could catch that, but right when I passed it, it turned 24. So I think the GPS is accurate. The GPS tracker is accurate. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I've been using the Powerbeats Pro and listening to music while I'm riding my bike. And I don't know how, when I first started doing that, I wasn't sure how I felt about it because I was concerned about not being able to hear. But after riding with it for a while, I mean, I still listen, I could hear the music, but I could still also hear things around me. Maybe not as clear if I didn't have it, but I'm still very aware of my surroundings. Anyway, sometimes it's hard to hear things anyway because if you've seen some of my other videos where I don't do any voiceover, the buzzing of the tires is pretty loud in it of itself. As soon as the temperature goes down, I'll be wearing the body armor again. It's getting darker during the winter and fall. You know, fall and winter season, it gets darker, so I'll most likely be wearing the body armor, the high visibility vest. That's also body armor. It keeps me warm. The Kevlar really keeps me warm. But I'll be wearing that, and I'll be wearing the chest mount again. And so we'll be back to having audio during the ride. But you'll see what I'm saying. The tires really sound like humming bees. Speaking of Hummers, that's an H3 Hummer. You don't see those too often. Matter of fact, I have a story about my friend. He rode a motorcycle and he was hit by a U.S. postal vehicle. The U.S. postal vehicle ran a red light and hit my friend on a motorcycle. I think he busted a spleen and who knows what else. Anyways, my friend was pretty fat. After he got out of the hospital, he was skinny. I haven't seen him in a couple years. I just heard about that story, but I did see him again, and he had a Hummer, the H1. He loved off-roading. Anyways, in my opinion, I'd rather not get in an accident than get in an accident, go through surgery, rehab, and get a lot of money from whoever you sue, especially the U.S. Postal Service for running a red light and hitting you. But I'd rather not get into an accident at all. I'd rather just avoid that and just do what I'm doing now, riding my bike, exercising, baking bread, making videos, than to go through all that time and surgery and rehab. Just this little side story now that I saw that Hummer. Oh, there's my little hand signal. I know I'm doing it wrong. I should be using my left hand and making a fist, whatever. But anyways, it's my life. I'll do what I want. Home stretch here. Almost there. this point on, I think I just mostly do helmet mount in this view. Out of all the different footage, this was probably the best footage for the ride home. Alright, just another minute or so and video will be done. Thanks for watching this far. If you are watching this far, really appreciate it. See, if you look at this telemetry data, it's zeroed out, so I know I'm off by a few seconds right there. That might have been three or 4 seconds. That's another way I knew how that the telemetry data or the video is off. Time's not matching up for some reason. Might have been my mistake. Anyways, thanks a lot. Made it. Bye. See y'all later. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed Radrover the Speedtrap. Until next time, everyone. Bye bye.